There is only one PC part that you should wiggle, and it is not your RAM. One of my biggest nightmares when live streaming so much PC building is that clips will be taken out of context. One of them just did, because here's a comment that says, just don't do the RAM wiggle test like Zach does to check if RAM is seated in. Guys, I don't actually wiggle the RAM to test if it's installed, come on man. A few months ago, someone called out one of my builds saying the RAM looked wobbly. I started testing it and immediately noticed there's a big difference from build to build in how wobbly the RAM is. Sometimes the RAM is very wobbly and sometimes it's set in there like concrete. But guys, I am only doing this for the sake of science. Please don't wiggle your RAM at home. If you do want to wiggle a component, I would do the CPU. On AM5 motherboards, that Ryzen CPU sets down into that little socket. And on all four sides, there's a small plastic wall around the edges. I actually give the CPU a little bit of a wiggle to make sure it's firmly seated down in there. That is absolutely not the only way you should ensure your CPU is installed properly. Just something that I personally wiggle. You don't have to wiggle anything if you don't want to.